What in the world? What's going on? My board is all jacked up. Hello to Brian. Hello, Angela. Hello, Richard. Hope everybody's doing well today. I don't know what the weather is like where you're at, but it's hot here. Man, it's been over 100 today. Like heat index has been over like 110, but it brought like bad weather and it brought some rain, so it cooled it down some, but it's still pretty humid. Checking in from Wrigley Field. Hello to Wrigley Field. Go Cubs, go. But hello to the sports car ripping teacher. Hello to Jeff. Jeff's in disguise. Jeff is incognito. But welcome in, Jeff. Or I guess I should say welcome out because I'm outside. Y'all can probably hear the thunder in the background. The thunder rolls. 76 there. Wow. That's a good temperature. I can't fit all my board on the screen, so I guess I'll have to slide it some as the game goes on. But I guess we'll play some community Scrabble. I'm not going to try to break any records today. I think the last time we played in like 40 minutes. So that's the record so far, but I'm not trying to break that today. But don't plan on staying on too long, but try to get the whole game in. But happy Tuesday to all. Today is Roberto Clemente's birthday. I remember that. One of the greatest hitters of all time, one of the greatest outfielders of all time. He passed away before I was born, all the way back in 1972, Christmas Eve, 1972. He wound up with exactly 3,000 career hits, which got him in the Hall of Fame for sure. I'm not sure what song that is, Jeff, so I'm not going to try to sing it. Hello to MPP. Hope you're doing well. For those that are just joining us, we're playing a game of Community Scrabble. That means anybody can chime in with a word. And we're playing for fun, not for points, just to hang out and check in on everybody, see how everybody's doing on this Tuesday evening. Hope you're doing well. So there's 7 letters. What y'all got? Don't be bashful. Let me know a word. Yeah, I didn't watch all of Valerie's live. I had to step away for a while, but I watched a good portion of it. They were catching some catfish. Almost origami. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, it was so hot today. Valerie and Steve were fishing, for catfish, and when they reeled in the catfish, it was already cooked. That's how hot it is, guys. That was a joke, by the way. It hasn't got that bad, but it has been pretty warm here today. A weasel on the trail. Cool. You know, weasels wobble, but they don't fall down. Did y'all ever have a weeble? Are y'all too young to own a weeble from back in the day? I had some weebles. They were fun too, and they definitely lived up to their name. They wobbled, but they didn't fall down. Do you still have any MPP? I don't ever see anybody show them. I don't think I still have any of mine. I wish I did. I also remember there was a group, a rap group called Third Base that I liked. I think I bought one of their cassette tapes back in the day, but they had this song "Pop Goes the Weasel." I don't remember the lyrics, but I know that um, "Pop goes the weasel" because the weasel goes pop. So Rhodey, naturally, his answer would be road. So we're gonna spell road for Rhodey, which I don't know why Rhodey didn't want to spell Rhodey. You remember that song? Yeah, Third Base. They had a few songs that I liked. I remember them from MTV back in the day, and I liked that song, so I went out and got the cassette tape. Probably still have it somewhere laying around. I had to dig it out. Third Base. I think roadie is a word, but I'm not 100% sure. But we'll go with road. I need to draw some letters. I'm just standing here looking at the chat, not drawing some letters. Yeah, we can spell yam. I'll go ahead and do it even before I draw the letters. How about that? Hello to Steel Ear, who says Graham. I just now seen that. I'm sorry, Steel Ear, but that's a good word as well. Steel Ear is still here, guys. Hello to Steel Ear. I don't think I've ever seen you before that I recall, but I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday. Do y'all like yams out there? Let me know in the chat. Are y'all fans of the sweet potatoes? I'm a big fan of sweet potatoes. I love me some sweet potatoes. Sweet potato and butter, Paula Deen approved. And I you could sing, yam to the tune of spam, by Weird Al. Wham. There we go. We're throwing all kind of rhymes in. Wham. Wake me up before you go. You're welcome for the welcome, still here. There's great people in the chat here, and that's what I like about the chat is I like anytime I go somewhere I feel welcomed, and that's online or offline. Hospitality to me is everything, and some good folks in the chat. So I'm glad you feel welcome. Grown, grown it is. You don't have to be grown to eat a yam on the road, but it's probably better that you are. Kids would probably waste a yam on the road. YouTube wants to ask y'all a question while I'm drawing the next letters. And the question is, what is your favorite piece of furniture? What is your favorite piece of furniture? Now that's a decent question. I like that question. Thank you, YouTube, for asking a good question tonight. What is everybody's favorite piece of furniture? I do have to think about that one. Bookshelf is a good answer. I like books. I like to read. But man, I probably would have to go. I don't know. It's a tough question. But since I am, y'all know we talk about food a lot here, and since I am a fan of food, I probably would have to say the kitchen table. The kitchen table, but I did think about saying bed, Richard. That's not a bad answer either. The recliner is also a great answer. Y'all giving some great answers. I would approve of any of those answers, but I still would go with kitchen table would be my answer. Bed spelled backwards is Deb. Shout out to Deb wherever she's at. Return to sender. Address unknown. That's a good one, Richard. Return to sender. Somebody was recently asking about, I think it was Tiffany was asking about Elvis songs. That's a good Elvis song, Return to Sender. And as a autograph collector, man, that's my least favorite thing. When you get a Return to Sender, I don't get them too often, but when you get the little yellow little sticker on your envelope, it always, it makes me sad. The Return to Senders. Angela answered bookshelves as well. So we got two answers for bookshelves, and that's not a bad answer. I like to read as well. I'm getting y'all a lot of vowels for this go. Happy Tuesday, Troy. Good to see you. Sorry about all these vowels. I guess Vanna White stopped by. So, Troy, what's your favorite piece of furniture? Angela's already answered. What's your favorite piece of furniture, Troy? Inquiring minds want to know. Hello to Kevin. What is your favorite piece of furniture, Kevin? Inquiring minds want to know. And if the YouTube suggested question gets in y'all's way, just let me know, and I will take care of that. I will ask them to leave. So Troy gave the answer of bed. We've already had that one. That's 2 votes for bed, so that's not a bad answer, Troy. So we got 2 votes for bed, 2 votes for bookshelf. That's the two current leaders. Um, Pose. Pose. There used to be a player for the Florida Marlins, a baseball player for the Florida Marlins. His name was Scott Pose. You remember him, Jeff? Scott Pose. He was on the inaugural Florida Marlins team back in the day, their first year. Back when them and the Colorado Rockies started the same year, 1990, what was it, 3, I think? Yeah, we can do poise before I finish. Get rid of one of those eyes because we got to get rid of some of those vowels. You don't remember him? Yeah, Buster Posey. Probably a future Hall of Famer. Return to Sender. My current earworm. What is everybody's current earworm? What song is stuck in your head? Is it Return to Sender now that I've sung it? Or do you have something else stuck in your head? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, we got more consonants this go round, so that's good. We need an N. Why do we need an N? For poison? Jeff says Slide by Goo Goo Dolls. I don't know if I know that one or not. I know some Goo Goo Gaga songs, but I don't know if I know Slide. Sounds like a baseball song, you know. Go right, it fit right in with Scott Pose and Center Field by John Fogerty. Let's see. Kevin says deer. Oh, that's an O, Kevin. That's not a D. We can't spell Tahiti because that's a proper name. I probably do know it, Jeff. Sometimes I just don't know it by names. What hurts the most? I'm not familiar with that song either. But Tahiti is a good word there. Still ear. Just we can't use it for because it's a proper. I think. I mean, I know it's a proper name. I don't think it's an improper name that we can use. But y'all always welcome to correct me if you find that it's in the dictionary and I say it ain't. I don't have a dictionary, so. All right, so steel ear says trait. I like that. Trait. Trait it is. Y'all remember that song by Crosby, Stills, Nash? Speaking of trait, trait your children well. That was a horrible pun. I'm sorry. That's the best I got right now, though. Oh yeah, Jeff. The last line it turned the light on for me when it says I want to wake up where you are. Yeah, I could hear him singing that one. All right, that's a blank right there. So Steel Ear says been a long time since I played Scrabble. I can't say that. I try to play it pretty regularly. I love some Scrabble. Definitely my favorite board game of all time. I guess I need to move this out of the way. Y'all didn't tell me to, though. Hopefully y'all can see everything okay. We got a E, a blank, a T, an R, an E, an H, and an O. Yeah, I just now thought of that MPP. I'm a little slow. But I was hoping somebody would vote, one more time for another piece of furniture because we got a tie going on. Tree. Let's go with treed and ye. Other's a good word. Y'all don't get offended if I don't use your word. I can only use one at a time, and I don't play favorites. I just try to play fun, and so I do know how it feels. I've been, when I play with Scrabble sometimes, and I'll suggest something, and people don't go with it. It bothers you a little bit, but you can't go with everybody's. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, I don't hurt nobody's feelings or just playing for fun. But I don't play favorites because when you play favorites, people get hurt as well. I'm not interested in hurting anybody. I just want to help people. It's my goal. Threat. I just now seen that, but that is a good one. Yeah, that's my goal, Jeff. I ain't out to hurt nobody, and my goal is to help people. And if it's as simple as making you smile or laugh today, just playing this game, I'm all for it. I ain't out to hurt nobody. Oh, YouTube's already got another question. Now, see, if I'd have been out walking, they won't be suggesting nothing. But since I got this game, they want to put the questions in the way. YouTube wants to know what is your favorite thing to do? What I mean, you got to narrow it down to one. What is your favorite thing to do? Inquiring minds want to know, and I'm going to take it away. Y'all think about that. What is your favorite thing to do? I guess I could move it over here somewhere. Maybe not. Bouncing everywhere. Honor. Rhino. Honor. 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 I was in the Boy Scouts, and our motto, our motto was, as a Boy Scout, was, I guess it would be the slogan for Boy Scout. Speaking of honor, it was on my honor, I would do my best to do my duty to God and my country. I always thought that was great. Uh, Drawing is a lot safer than skateboarding. It's kind of hard to get boo boos when you're drawing, but skateboarding, I'm I'm uh, I'm pretty athletic. Um, I like stuff that is active, like such as skateboarding. But I've never skateboarded, and it ain't because I'm afraid to get hurt. But I just know that I will. I know that it's gonna happen. So I've never really done it. Filming wildlife is a great answer. Jeff says playing hockey and scoring hat tricks. Hat tricks. Yeah, I know in the King James Bible they spell honor with a U in it, Honour. Let's see. Steel Ear says favorite thing is spending time with family, especially my grandkids. That's a great answer, Steel Ear. I love that answer. I mean, that's not a bad answer. Troy says if you could only use one eating utensil for all your meals, would it be a fork or a spoon? It'd be a spork. It'd be a spork, Troy. But I know that wasn't an option that you suggested. But Finley up top. Hello to Pezzo coming in with an answer. Finley. Happy Tuesday to Pezzo. Hope you're doing well. Great word. Hello to Audra. Happy Tuesday. Good to see you. For those that are just joining us, which Pezzo knows what's up, but anybody that don't know, we're playing community Scrabble. That means anybody could chime in with a word. And my hope is that you come in and you just have fun, get to know the people that are hanging out here. Conversation is great as long as it's friendly and respectful. And that's what usually happens here. So I appreciate y'all and y'all's participation. Invoice. We can't do invoice, I don't think. Beloved. We ain't got the right letters for that either. Auto translate. So your auto incorrect works as well. Lucid. Lucid. Y'all remember a song from back in the day? Um, so I used to like the Seattle sound, the groups from out of Seattle. And one of the groups from out of Seattle was a group called Queensryche. I used to like some Queensryche, and one of their songs that I liked was called Silent Lucidity. That word lucid made me think of that, Silent Lucidity. Anybody remember Queensryche? Have you ever heard that song, Jeff? Silent Lucidity? I had a couple. I think I had a cassette tape of theirs. I think it was called Operation Mind Crime was the cassette tape. And then I had a CD, I think was the other one, and it had Silent Lucidity on it. I haven't heard it in a long time. I think I think I still got it somewhere. I'll have to dig it out. So y'all have heard it, okay. Who said deceive? Richard? Oh yeah, I missed it. Okay, deceive on the eye on trait. All right, so I think I misspelled it because it's I before E, except after C. So we can't do deceive. Yes, we can. Doo-doo-doo. It messed me up for a second there. All right. Now I'm getting some vowels. I lost my train of thought trying to spell deceive. I was going to mention something, and my train just crashed. What did I just say that's a blast from the past? I missed it. Oh, Jet City Woman. I do remember that, but I had forgot about it. That's another reason I like just hanging out and talking, right? Somebody will say something you ain't thought about in a long time, like Weebles wobbled, but they don't fall down. And then now, Jet City Woman. I haven't thought about that song in a long time. So y'all know what we need to do, right? We need to petition for somebody to bring back MTV. Cause see, I'm forgetting all these songs. I haven't thought about Jet City Woman in so long. But if we had MTV back, you know what would be cool to do. Since it made me think when somebody said doing it in a short. Y'all know what we ought to do? We ought to collaborate on a. Everybody like use the same song like during a certain week for a short. Either that or like everybody at least use the same group and you choose your own song. Like one or the other. I think would be cool. Or both actually. I want my, I want my MTV. The other day was Martin Knopfler's birthday. Um, I think he turned 77, if I remember right. Shout out to Ray Bork. But one of the greatest guitarists of all time. I wanted to wear a headband like he had when I was a kid. You can watch Headbangers Ball on YouTube. Interesting. I guess I done got in my fair share already. Not from YouTube, but just back in the day. Me and my brother used to stay up late. Was it on Friday nights? I think it was. On Friday nights, me and my brother used to stay up till midnight or whatever time it came on. May have been after midnight, but a lot of memories there. Ricky Rackman. Remember Ricky Rackman? Yeah, Elvis passed away 49 years ago the other day. That's right. Richard says times on the T. Times on the T on trait. Times. Let's see, what song can we sing that has something to do with time? The first thing that came to my mind. So, what song do you think of when you hear the word time? I'll tell you the very first one that came to my mind is Tracy Lawrence, Time Marches On. I don't know, all of y'all may not listen to country, but Time Marches On came to my mind. Time marches on. Time marches on. Time marches on. Man, that song will make you think and probably cry. Because time definitely marches on. Time passages, time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will waiting. Cyndi Lauper don't like me though, guys. I had to confess, Cyndi Lauper don't like me. A lot of people will get her autograph. I haven't been successful at getting Cyndi Lauper's autograph. A lot of people have, but I have failed, and I guess she don't like me. Her true colors are shining through. One moment in time is a good answer. Time in a bottle. Jim Croce. Man, it was a few months ago, that song made me cry. Who said that? I think it was Angela. Yeah, "Time in a Bottle" by Jim Croce made me cry because I was playing a cassette tape and I was listening to my dad when he recorded himself as a radio disc jockey. We had the local junior college in the area had a radio station. They just started it up, and my dad was like the first DJ they had. So got a cassette tape of him doing his DJ stuff. He recorded on an audio cassette tape, and I was listening to it, and he introduced "Time in a Bottle," and man, I about broke down. I did break down because I thought about time. Um, Jeff is sitting outside, and the moon looks like the moon from the DreamWorks movie franchise. That's cool. Does anybody really know what time it is? Yeah, that's a great answer, Pezzo. I love that song. I love anything Chicago. 25 or 6 to 4, especially "You're the Inspiration," Saturday in the Park. I think it was the 4th of July. But I've always liked when they, any group mixes brass music in with the other kinds of music. It sounds so good. I like Chicago's Christmas album as well. Hey, I can decipher errors, MPP. You don't have to retract your statement. Peter Cetera, man, I'm a big fan of him because I play bass guitar and he was the bass player and singer, of course. We can add the S. Somebody said ELO. Yeah, I love some ELO. Jeff Lynne. I loved him with ELO and then with the Traveling Wilburys. Add the S to trait and spell what, Jeff? Bias and traits. Bias and traits. That's a biased answer. The Celtic Jeff, do you remember Lynn Bias? That's a sad story. Basketball player was supposed to be a big time Celtics player, high draft pick, and he passed away before ever playing with him. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Yep, say no to drugs for sure. Troy says poem, but since you put poem, Troy, what is your favorite poem, Troy? What poem do you read to Angela to make her smile? Inquiring minds want to know. What's your go-to poem to read to Angela? Inquiring minds want to know. Poem in times, he says. Poem in time. I'll tell y'all, I don't know that I have a favorite poem, but one of my favorite poems is The Raven. Hello to Valerie. Appreciate you stopping by. Who won the fishing tournament, Valerie? I didn't see the end, so I don't know who won the fishing tournament. Let us know in the chat. Who's the champion fisherman slash fisherwoman of the day? Did you beat Steve? That's what we want to know. Did you beat Steve? Steve says you won. Okay, you was winning when I departed. You was winning. I didn't know if you held on to your lead or. But yeah, it was so hot where Valerie and Steve was fishing. When they reeled in the catfish, the catfish were already fried. Just kidding. That's a joke. So we got blank VBALUI for those that are keeping up at home. Kevin says slab. Now I want some ribs, Kevin. Now I want some ribs. Um, I didn't realize. Oh, there it is. I turned it over. I want some baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Chili's baby back ribs. Yeah, I know Steve is getting like me. He needs to charge his battery before he leaves. That's always my problem. See, I admire Steve. Steve just entered the room. Even though he lost the fishing tournament, he's still holding his head up and walks in the room. So thank you, Steve. Hello to Steve. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. St. Louis style ribs. Those are good as well. A little more fat. Fat on the bone. I gave the fish more hooks than valor. Let's see. Steel Ear says box. Box. Box it is. I see you, Jeff. I missed the joke. Richard says vain. Y'all know what song I'm gonna sing when I hear vain, right? Was it Carly Simon? What is that that's a phlebotomist a phlebotomist's favorite song. You're so vain. You probably think this needle is for you. You're so vain. You probably think this needle is for you, don't you? Hopefully y'all can see all the letters. Yeah, I just wrote that on the spot. I'm gonna have to write it down somewhere and submit it to Weird Al. Today's episode is brought to you by Cliganic Mosquito Repellent Candle. Tex. Clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee. Feller says zip on the P using the blank tile. That'd be a great one. If we was playing for points, Valerie, that'd be 30 points right there. Plus, let's see, 33 times 3, that'd be 99 points. No, I'm losing my mind. What did she say? Let's spell zap and save our blank. All right, so that would be 10, 11, 14 times 3. That'd be 42. I'm sorry, I got a little crazy there. I missed your rapture answer there, Richard. That's a good answer as well. That's a good one, Richard. Sorcher. Volt's a good answer as well. Yeah, it's pretty rough when the phlebotomist tortures you with in the vein. Yeah, y'all feel free to tell stories using the words in the game as we go along. That's always fun as well. I always like making games within games, add a little bit of mustard to it, or whatever your go-to condiment is. Mine's barbecue sauce. Texas torture. Texas torture. Yeah, that'd be cool, Jeff. I'm game. Jeff says he is creating a tongue twister using all the words in tonight's Scrabble game. So that'll be interesting. Tongue twisters. That'd be fun for y'all. It probably won't be fun for me. I'll be spitting all over the place. And I know the board ain't all the way on the screen, so if y'all need me to slide the board either to the right or left, let me know. Villas. We only have one L, Steve. Can y'all see the letters okay? I don't know. Maybe y'all can't. Vials. We can do vials. That would be another. So Valerie hit one of the triple word scores, and now Steve hit the other one. That's kind of gross, Richard. Returned. Now you got the return to sender stuck back in my head again. Return to sender, address unknown. Let me see, said the blind man. We're getting down to it. There's probably a dozen or less letters left after these 7 that are on the board. So the last time we played Scrabble, it took us, I think, 40 minutes. This time we're already over that mark, but I'm not in a race this time. See, Valerie says zone. Zone. Valerie is in the zone. So what is your least favorite thing about fishing, Valerie? What is your least, and what is everybody's least favorite thing about fishing? That's a very suggested question, not YouTube. YouTube is not affiliated with that question in any way, shape, or form. But Barry wants to know, what's your least favorite thing about fishing? I would say probably for me would be fish hands. When your hands smell like fish. NPP says baiting the hook. Valerie says cleaning the fish. I get that. So Jeff doesn't go fishing, so he doesn't have an answer. So y'all know what Jeff is saying. His current earworm is, that's the sound of silence. Or when you say nothing at all. Yeah, that's a Q. It's UQNIURW. So Steel Ear says, I catch and release, so swallowed hooks is my least favorite thing about fishing. Yeah, I get that too. I got some all right, y'all hold that thought. Y'all be working on a word and I'll be right back. I got some fishing autographs I'm gonna show y'all. I'll be right back. Since we're talking about fishing, I'm gonna show some fishing autographs. Be right back. Hold that thought. Y'all come up with a word, I'll be right back. Somebody sing the Jeopardy theme song. Man, I didn't think I was ever going to find them. Man, interesting conversation going on. The first question I saw was, "What is your IQ?" That's a personal question there. Who asked that? Steve. That's a personal question. I'm not smart enough to know my IQ. Pezzo airy off the A in vowel. Oh, a little bridge word going on. I like it. All right, I found my autographs, so I'll show them after I draw a few more letters. Biodegradable hooks. All right, as y'all come up with the next word, I'm trying to show y'all a few autographs of fishing. And this is a shout out to Steve and Valerie who went fishing today. And also, they recently showed some autographs, so that was cool as well. If y'all have never watched their autograph live stream, check it out. And check out the fishing live stream today. Let's see. Charlie Moore. Sorry, I'm blocking y'all's view. But I had to show my autograph. Two Berry, all my best. Charlie Moore. And he's flashing the peace sign, which I'm a big fan of. I like that picture. And you can follow Charlie on Facebook and Twitter if you're interested. There's some things about Charlie, about his family, about his hobbies, his music. Let's see what kind of music Charlie Moore likes. He likes Frank Sinatra, my dad's favorite singer from the Rat Pack. Blue October, I'm not familiar with. Chris Body, I'm not sure if I know who that is either. And The National. Favorite movies, Goodfellas, The Godfather, The Professional, Rocky, and The Game. But I always appreciate when people are willing to sign an autograph, right? So that's one. Now y'all can look at the words again while I find the next one. Got a few more. The smile on your face. So Jeff says the National is a good band. I don't guess I know who that is. MPP says goof fellas. I'm a goof fella. Oh, goof fella. I like that MPP. I know what you meant. I'm not making fun of you. I'm laughing with you, not at you. Yeah, I'm good at typos as well. That's why I can laugh with you. You took a statistics class. I did too. That was like one of my favorite classes. But my professor didn't make us watch anything that I can remember. All right. So for my next autograph, fishing related, it's Roland Martin, 9-time Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Rolling, 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 get them doggies rolling, rawhide. I like what he said though. He says Barry Bass. He says Bass wishes. I love a little comedy in with the autograph, with the inscription. He's got a little comedy going on. Bass wishes. Qua on the A on Zap. Qua. I see you, Richard. Sorry. Yeah, y'all feel free to make. I mean, don't do it on purpose, but if you make a typo, you don't have to retract it. I get it. We're all imperfect people hanging out together. We have that in common. Let's see. So with like autocorrect, like with my misspellings, right? A song just came to my mind. Have y'all ever heard of a group called Poco? Poco. So y'all tell me a song by Poco, and I'll see if y'all are on the same page as me when it comes to misspelling words. Let's see if anybody's on my IQ level. All right, so here's the next one. I've already showed. Well, it's the same guy, but it's a different picture. Charlie Moore. I like uh, the gold Sharpie there. I mean, because here's another thing I like about autographs. So some people, and this ain't a knock on anybody, but some people actually like put consideration into that autograph. They think about it. Not everybody does, and I promise I ain't. I'm appreciative of anybody that signs ever how they so choose to sign. I'm just saying sometimes I notice when people do put consideration in it. So like this guy with Charlie, you see it's a dark picture, right? So if he would have signed it with a black Sharpie or a blue Sharpie, or a dark colored Sharpie, it wouldn't have showed up. But he went with the gold Sharpie, and it stands out, right? So I think about stuff like that. That's cool. And that tells a lot of the same things on the back. There's that peace sign again. Yeah, silver also would have worked. That's right. Who else do I have? Can y'all hear the thunder? The thunder rolls, and the thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes. All right, this next fisherman is from Virginia. So I'm going to see if Valerie and Steve can tell me who I'm going to show before I show it. And my hint is his hometown is in Virginia. This fisherman's hometown is in Virginia. The chat needs to see the board bit. I'm sorry. Yeah, I told y'all to tell me to slide it right or does it need to go right or left? Um, Up or down? And I still ain't got enough letters up there. See, see, I got one job to do, and I'm trying to do two jobs now, and it's too much for me. I'm just a simple kind of man. I totally agree with Leonard Skinner. Oh yeah, did anybody ever answer my Poco question? Oh, Pezzo did. Okay, I see Pezzo says something about Randy Meisner and Timothy B. Schmidt. That's right. Well, they had a song, Polka. I love Timothy B. Schmidt. He's a bass player, and he played with the Eagles as well. But he, they had a song called "Crazy Love," and they said in the song, "It happens all the time, this crazy love of mine." But it happens all the time. And that was my association with misspelling words. But I guess nobody was on my frequency there. Charlie Bowles? No, it's not Charlie Bowles. Zoomed in. Um, I just can slide the board either to the left or the right is all I can do right now. So if y'all need that to happen, let me know which way. But this guy is from Spring Grove, Virginia, and he has a cool name. Think think Ric Flair. Think Ric Flair. Slide to the right. Alrighty. Alrighty. No pun intended. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Not David Dudley, but think Ric Flair. He's from Spring Grove, Virginia, is his hometown. He has a wife named Patty. He has children named Chris and Wendy. And his boat is the Nitro 929. Channel name is covering up. I'm sorry, I can't see that. How about that? Is that better or is that still messed up? His name is Woo Daves. But he signed it. He inscribed it. He says, "God bless." And I like how he signed it Woo, vertical, up and down, and then the last name Dave's side to side. I think if I ever had my picture taken professionally to go on a picture such as this, um, it would show me it would every one of these guys is holding up a big fish, right? But if I ever had my own personal picture taken, it would be a little bit of comedy. I'd be like holding up a minnow, smiling big like Woo is. Hello to Uncle Bill. Hello to Joy. Hope y'all are doing well. Happy Tuesday. Hey, it's Tuesday, and Tuesdays with Joy just stopped by. So hello to Tuesdays with Joy. Have I missed anybody's word, or y'all just ain't getting any because I got the board jacked up? I think I got maybe one more autograph to show when it comes to fishing, if I can find it here. What is scun? What is scun, Pizzo? I've never heard of that. I'm not saying it ain't a word. I just never heard of it. There's my last one. My last fishing autograph of the night. Oh, it just got blew away. The wind just blew it out of my hand. So I mentioned that probably my least favorite thing about autograph collecting is return to senders. You know, when you get your, well, I guess the worst would be actually losing it. You never get it back. You never hear from your card again. That would be the worst. But then the next worst is like getting a return to sender, a rejection. You know. But then I probably my next um, week. Where can we play week at, Kevin? Oh, I got you. I got you. Week. Would have to go with a Beatles song for week. 8 days a week. Different spelling, of course, but 8 days a week. 8 days a week. You know I love you. I think we got like 4 letters after these 7, so winding it down. But if the wind don't blow it out of my hand, there's my last one. Ray Scott. Um, he's from Alabama like me, and he passed away. So that was what I was going to say. Probably my next least favorite thing about autograph collecting is when somebody that you got their autograph they pass away. I always hate to hear when somebody has passed away. So Mr. Ray Scott, he passed away. Hello to Queen. I like how it tells a little bit about it on the back. Uh, it says Ray Scott displays a 7 pound, 4 ounce largemouth bass caught on his personal legacy lake in Pentlala, Alabama. The bass was an IGFA Alabama record for 4 pound test line and was released alive. So that's my fishing autographs. I want to, I want to be like diversified or whatever, not just, I mostly, have the big 4 sports of baseball, football, baseball, football, basketball, and hockey. But, I like doing other things too. Musicians, actors, actresses. This guy's pumped about something. Qua and ha on the Q on qua. Qua and ha. You don't have to rhyme, Richard, but I like it. Rhyming is an option. Oh, we got all consonants, guys. There's either one or two letters left in the bag, so we're getting real close to the end here. Jog on the O in torture. I there's some sports I just have a few autographs, like tennis. I love tennis; it's one of my favorite sports to play. But I don't have a lot of tennis autographs. Maybe I can work on that. All right, that's all the letters, guys. That's the last 7 right there. But I do have a few tennis autographs. This guy's a Hall of Famer. Two Berry, Stan Smith. He's in the Tennis Hall of Fame. He was born in Pasadena, California, if y'all know where that is. So Richard has some of Stan Smith's shoes. Jeff says Tennis Hall of Fame. Shout out to Newport, Rhode Island. I don't ever recall him playing Scrabble, and the very last 7 letters that are left are all consonants. Hen and end on the E on poise. I don't forgot where poise is now. What did he say? Hen and end. I got you. All right, we're down to the last 5 letters now. Yeah, Beach Boys song, Joy. Little old lady from Pasadena. For those that like running, here's an autograph from Kim Conley. I don't know what happened to this picture. Look, she's got something on her head and face there, but still a cool two-berry Kim Conley USA. I think Alf is a what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, Alf was a great show. I don't know how lucky the cat. I don't know how lucky the cat made it through all those seasons. No, I'm trying. It's escaping my mind. What do you call it when the first? Uh, Man, you take the first letter from each word. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. But ALF stands for alien life form. Um, is there room for golf off the U in torture? Let's see. Room for golf. No, because there's a H right under the U. Put our letters at the top. But I thought at the top was my name was in the way. Let's see if I can slide this board down a little bit like that. I don't know. I don't know what y'all can see. Da, 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 da. I know we got off right here. Get rid of the two F's. Ian off of Lucid MPP says, gotcha. Now we just got the L and the G. So we can spell lag or log somewhere, maybe. Or lug, lag, log, lug. Gal, G-A-L. What we got? Y'all help me find something. Old off the O in poem. This. Oh, I got you. I will be. And G-O. Woohoo! Good job, guys. Now Jeff is supposed to be coming up with a tongue twister, I believe. So if y'all would like to hear a tongue twister, hang around. He's going to come up with something. But until then, I guess I can show a few more autographs. Valerie had mentioned a silver Sharpie. So here is a silver Sharpie of Richard Petty, the King. Not to be confused with Richard Green. This is Richard Petty. I love the sideburns. Check out them sideburns. Uh-oh, here comes Jeff is putting in some tongue twisters. You know that guy, MPP? Personally? Are you like friends with him, or inquiring mind wants to know? And the thunder rolls. The thunder rolls. All right, Steel Ear, I appreciate you stopping by. Always love seeing some new faces in the chat. It's great to meet you. Where are you from, if you don't mind answering that before you go? And if you got to go, that's fine as well, real quick. But I always like to know of vicinity of where people are from around the world. I'm not trying to be nosy. I just, Oklahoma. All right, I've been there. I've been to Oklahoma City. But nice to meet you, Steel Ear. Hope you come back. Appreciate you stopping by. And Steel Ear is no longer still here. And I appreciate y'all being nice to Steel Ear. It reminds me, all right, so when I went to elementary school, I went from kindergarten to sixth grade at the same school, kindergarten to sixth grade. But our school only went to sixth grade. And then when I graduated sixth grade, had to go to a different school. And the different school was probably, let's see, it's probably 10 miles, no, a little bit more than that, maybe 15 miles from the other school. So a little bit farther away. So different school. Although some of my classmates went with me, some of them went to other school. So I was new in seventh grade. It was a totally new school, and when somebody makes you feel like welcome when you're new, you can't buy that. And that's like that's precious stuff. So like whenever somebody new stops by, and then like everybody in the chat's like friendly to the new person, kudos to y'all. Yeah, the time I was in Oklahoma, it was like super windy. I remember that. But every one of us has probably been to places where you felt uncomfortable, right? And you've been to places where you feel comfortable. And I always want to be the place where people feel comfortable. And I appreciate y'all, like I said, uh, doing the same toward other people. Pezzo's only been as far west as Houston, Texas. Farthest west I've ever been is Las Vegas. Was Jeff done with the tongue twister? I got to scroll back. He usually lets me know when he's finished. Yeah, I know about Barry Gibb, Joy. I think I mentioned this. I think it was yesterday. It might have been the day before. But the lead singer of Golden Earring, his name's Barry Hay. Barry Hay Hay, and it was his birthday. I think it was yesterday. But I try to like keep up with different Barry names because there ain't a lot of them. It's not a common name. Okay, you finished, Jeff. I'm sorry. I've been waiting for you to finish, and you were already finished. But I appreciate it, Jeff. Let me go back. Let's see. Yeah. So tonight's tongue twister using all of our Scrabble words of the night. Um, Thinly grown young men jogged down the road with poise while a lucid hen made honor bound noise. A treed poem sender yelled zap, what a zone, then tripped on a slab while texting his phone. Um, I probably should be saying it faster, but anyhow, I'm a simple kind of guy. The vein in his neck did a victory dance as he yelled, quah quah, give my yum a chance. A weak old taxman with bias and flair said, this box deceives me, it's torture in there. Vials on the table went flying at 10, then flew past the hen and came back again. The sender said, time's in, go, 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 but the old yam whispered, ha ha, no. Traits of the road made the grown man freeze while a thinly sliced poem fell onto his knees. With honor poised in a vein full of pain, he yelled, I'm lucid, then tripped once again. I appreciate that, Jeff. I think I got them all in. I might have skipped a line. I don't know. It's all kind of running together with me here, but I appreciate that, Jeff. What's everybody's race car driver? Who's everybody's favorite race car driver? If you have one, let me know in the chat. I have a handful of racing autographs. I was going to see if I had your favorite racer's autograph. Valerie doesn't have one. MPP says Terry Labonte. Let me see if I can find Terry Labonte. I know I got Bobby Labonte. I'm drawing a blank on whether I got Terry Labonte. Danica Patrick. I definitely don't have her autograph. I thought I had Terry Labonte's, but maybe I don't. Or I might have it in another book somewhere. I had to look on that one, MPP. But there's Bobby Labonte. I always loved the Interstate Battery car. And I want to say Bobby Labonte is from where Troy and Angela are. I think, if I remember right. You had to show your autograph, MPP. I'd like to see it. I like this one of Richard Petty because it's got the American flag in the background, and he's got a big cheese. I always liked his hats. Hello, excuse me. Hello to West Country Mudlarks. Good to see you. He was born July the 2nd, 1937, so that's what? He's 89 years old. Still signing autographs. If anybody's interested in getting his autograph, he still signs through the mail. 89 years old. Who was it that asked for Danica Patrick? Was it Pezzo? This is my only when I got a female race car driver. This is the only female race car driver I have. Her name's Cassidy Hines. Car number 88. Pretty cool. Oh, this ain't who Pezzo said. This is somebody different, Richard. But she's in 2020. She was the first female in history to win a pro truck race. I think that's my only female race car driver autograph that I have. Here's my only other tennis. I showed y'all Stan Smith, but here's my only other. I think this is my only other tennis autograph. Casper Ruud. He's making a funny face. That looks like me in math class back in the day when there was like some of those hard equations. But Casper Ruud. What else I got? I like things that are family related. So Richard Petty, I've already showed him, but here's his son. Kyle Petty. I like the shades. What y'all think about the mullet? What do you like better, the mullet or the shades? Or the mustache? Or the autograph? What you like better, the autograph, mullet, shades, or mustache? Yeah, he had a lot of hair. I don't think it's that. Well, he may still have some, like long wise, but I think he lost a lot on top. But this card's from back in 1991. The shades. Joy says shades, mullet, autograph in that order. Business up front, party in the back. Yes, sir. I had a mullet. My senior photo, I had a mullet. And don't ask me to show it. And I know since I said don't ask me to show it, somebody's going to ask me to show it, but I'm not going to do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. It's bad. It's bad. Let's see. I know Jeff said he didn't go fishing, but I know Jeff plays some golf. Uh, so I got some golf autographs. There's Fred Couples. NPP's brother had one when he graduated in the early 90s. I've never refused, Jeff. I've never refused. Just haven't done it. Well, occasionally I accidentally do it, but but just not at this juncture. Not at this juncture. The timing is just not right. But maybe one day. I just one of the things um I just and I ain't saying that people that show their faces is this way. I'm just my personal I've just never felt like the channel was about me, right? That's just my personal feeling. So that's one of the reasons that I don't. Let's see. I'll show one more golf for Jeff. For all of y'all, of course. Um, let's see how good y'all are at either telling me who this is by his autograph or just by his picture. Does anybody know who this golfer is? EPP says it's YouTube. I know, but I don't want it to be me too. I disagree with that. I want it to be us tube or we tube. Danica Patrick net worth 80 million. Anybody know who this is? Somebody said they're joking. Troy says he's joking, so I guess I missed the joke. I tell y'all though. All right, so my last face reveal, it's kind of like a gender reveal, right? For the the parents have a gender reveal. Well, when I was born, I had a face reveal. Y'all wasn't there. I was there though, and so I had a face reveal on the day I was born, back in November, and the doctor slapped my mom, and I've been kind of scared to hurt people ever since. The person in yellow. Yes, the man with the yellow hat. Richard knows who it is. It's Tommy Fleetwood. Not Fleetwood Mac, but Tommy Fleetwood. There's his autograph. Two Berry, Tommy Fleetwood. I like it because it's got the clouds right there. Got the green. Like my favorite color. my favorite color combination, y'all have heard me say before, is orange and blue for Auburn, right? Favorite college team. But I also a big fan of the blue sky mixed with the green grass. Like blue and green goes really good, goes well together. And I like the clouds, the puffy clouds. Big Bird from Sesame Street. Did y'all did y'all ever send this picture to other people on Thanksgiving like I did? When the first time I seen it, the picture it was captioned "A Sad Day on Sesame Street." And you know how families get together at Thanksgiving around the dinner table, right? And it had all the characters of Sesame Street around the dinner table for Thanksgiving, and the Thanksgiving turkey wasn't turkey; it was Big Bird. And I loved that little cartoon and picture, and I would used to send it to anybody I knew just for laughs, you know. Does anybody remember that? You can look it up. It's probably out there. It's called A Sad Day on Sesame Street, and Big Bird's on the menu. Sad Day on Sesame Street. So if y'all, if I have your email, maybe this coming Thanksgiving, I'll email that picture to you for another laugh. All right, so here is what I believe to be. All right, another one of my least favorite thing about autographs, and I'm still appreciative of it. Don't get me wrong. So this ain't no knock on anybody, but I do prefer a real autograph as opposed to a fake one, right? But at least they sent something, so I'm not complaining. But here's like one of the greatest golfers of all time, Jack Nicklaus. But I'm pretty sure that's an auto pen. I don't think that's real ink, but it's still cool though. I'm still appreciative of it, like I said, but I'm pretty sure that's not real ink. He's all right. Yeah, he's decent. I remember when I was young, I used to confuse, Jack Nicklaus and Jack Nicholson. Like, which one's the actor and which one's the golfer, you know? Nick Faldo was better. Arnold Palmer is the real deal. Arnold Palmer makes some good lemonade too. All right, how many boxing autographs do y'all think I have? Put it in the chat. How many boxing autographs does Barry have? Oh yeah, Troy. I think you was talking about my face reveal to you. I get it now. Yeah, Troy and Angela have seen me, and they live to tell about it. And they didn't slap me. I think I got what you're saying now, Troy. I'm a little slow. He does make some good tea. I agree with that. I think I just lost connection. Are y'all still there? Is anybody out there? That's another. That's Queensryche. Is there anybody listening? It's coming back to me since we mentioned Jet City Woman. Like knocked some dust off my Queensryche memory. All right, y'all still there? All right. So got 21. We got 6, and we got 6, and we got 3, and we got 4. I'll tell y'all, one person is only 2 off. Which of y'all is only 2 off? It is Valerie with 3. She's only 2 off because I only have one boxing autograph. And boxing is probably my least favorite sport, and I'll tell you why. I think I've shared this before. I just I don't like the idea of people hurting people, right? On any level. And I know you can probably take this case with a lot of sports, right? For football, it's kind of people hurting people, right? But boxing, though, there's been people that just have died because they took a blunt, to the head, force to the head or whatever. And it just, to me, money's not that important to die over. I don't know. I've never, I think for a little while when I was younger, I maybe liked it for a little bit, but then it just, it came a point in my life where I'm like, I just don't care for that. But I did get one boxing autograph, and y'all probably never heard of this guy. He's not like a, but anyhow, he sent. I didn't have no picture of him, but I wrote him a letter and asked him for an autograph, and he signed an index card for me. I don't have any bull riding. That's a thought, Valerie. Maybe I can get a bull rider's autograph. But he says, "Hey Barry, stay good, my man. Your friend." He drew. I love that he drew a boxing glove, but his name is Iceman John Scully, and he also drew a smiley face, which I like. Yeah, I like the Evander Holyfield, but it still bothers me, you know. And Evander Holyfield is from my neck of the woods. I mean, real close to where I live. He lived originally. I think he lives in Atlanta now. I've seen his at least a while back. I seen his mansion. He has like a huge mansion in Atlanta, or he did at one time. But he's originally from my neck of the woods. But I mean, if you like boxing, I'm not knocking on people that do. And that wasn't a pun. That wasn't an intended pun. Knocking on people. But to me, boxing is people knocking on people, and I feel bad, because another reason I guess is me and my brother. We had a friend that had some boxing gloves, and me and my brother. I can't remember if I was in my late teens or early 20s, somewhere in that time period. But me and my brother got my friend's boxing gloves, and we went at it. And we wasn't mad at each other. We was just having fun. But I'll never forget. He hit me with an open fist, and it messed me up. I mean, it messed me up good. I mean, I couldn't think straight for a while, and I don't know what kind of effect that did on me. But that's another factor into why I don't like boxing, because I couldn't imagine that was just like one hit. I couldn't imagine just taking punch after punch after punch. How much damage that does to the brain. Pezzo likes tennis and basketball. Yeah, I love. I don't watch a lot of tennis, but I love to play tennis, and I do watch a lot of basketball. Or I used to. I haven't the past year, but basketball is really the only sport I ever played when I was in school. That's my favorite to play, but my favorite to watch is baseball. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, MPP. I get that. You can say that about football as well. That people are hurting people, and they have what do you call they've actually had players that committed suicide or whatever because of the PSD or whatever. Um, it's sad. It does cause brain injuries. Yeah, yeah. They cover some of that up because it's tied into money. People are more interested in making money than people's people's health. Troy, Troy and Angela sparred one time, and Troy got her autograph. Does that mean she won, Troy? um, Troy, let us know in the chat. Did she win? I've never really watched too much rugby, Richard. Yeah, that's the side of boxing that I like. I don't like to think about, like what you're saying, NPP, about people losing their mind, and it's just not supposed to be like that. I know, because of age and things, people lose their mind, and you really can't do nothing about that. I mean, there's not too much preventative on that, but I guess the moral of the story is today is World. I don't forgot the name of it now. Yeah, I remember you talking about Rick Carlisle. That's cool, Valerie. He was on the Celtics in 1986 when they won the NBA championship. That's probably my favorite year of any year of NBA basketball. 1986. Um, just so many memories watching the Celtics win the championship that year. I still remember it like it was yes. I forget a lot of things, but I remember going watching some Celtics in the NBA Finals, and then we would go. We had somebody that would come and pick me and my brother up to take us to vacation Bible school, and that was like 1986 is like one of my favorite years of all time. Sometimes you can't go back. There's no time machines, but if I could, I'd go back to the middle of the '80s. Would be my go back. Yeah, Celtics is definitely my favorite. Don't give up, Dave. Man, I'm drawing a blank. Thank you, Angela, for reminding me. That's like the other day I couldn't remember Leo Sayer, and Sock reminded me of his name. I keep forgetting people's names and forgetting things, man. I'm getting bad. But yeah, don't give up day. And today is World Don't Give Up Day. And what I try to remind people and remind myself about giving up is don't give up, the things that are worth doing. And the only thing that we should give up on are doing things that hurt ourselves or hurt others. And, that's where I would file boxing is it does both. It hurts you and it hurts others. And, but, we have to apply it to our personal life. I'm not a boxer, but there's things that, I can probably think of that I'm doing that's hurting my body. I've recently gave up soft drinks, and you know, hindsight's 2020. If I had it to do all over again, I wouldn't drink soft drinks. I realize that it's done a lot of damage to me over the years. You don't realize it in the moment, but hindsight, like I said, is 2020. So now, I'm doing things to hopefully remedy that the best that I can by not, and I'm not telling y'all what you can and can't do, of course. I'm just saying in my life that I feel like, soft drinks and, so much thing these days has got sugar added to it and salt added to it. And we know it's damaging us. So, it's things like that, things that are hurting yourself or hurting others, and that you can apply that to food. You can apply that to your words. You can apply that to your actions. Those are the things we should stop doing, things that hurt ourselves or hurt others. And so I'm, looking at myself and asking myself, what things am I doing that's hurting me? What things am I doing that's hurting the people around me? And making adjustments. So thank you for reminding me of that, Angela. And I'll close on that thought for tonight. God help us to quit doing things that either hurt ourselves or hurt others on this world. Um, don't give up day. But I appreciate everybody that stopped by tonight. It means a lot. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I hope y'all did. Appreciate you participating in the Scrabble. Uh, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday remainder. God bless y'all. I hope to see y'all somewhere, down the road. And somebody saying hi, Nicole, and I guess I missed somebody named Nicole. Hello to Nicole. I see it now, right above Miss Adventure. But hello, Nicole. I'm ending it here, but I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're doing well, whoever you are, wherever you are. It's nice to meet you. I like the name Nicole. But y'all have a wonderful Tuesday remainder. God bless y'all. Once again, appreciate y'all being welcoming to anybody new that comes in. See, I wouldn't even known they were here if y'all hadn't been welcoming. So thank y'all for being a welcoming group of people. It means a lot to me, and I know it probably means a lot to the welcoming person. So I'm going to call y'all my welcoming committee. It's a shout out to all the welcoming committee tonight. It means a lot. God bless y'all, and good night, Todd, and all of y'all that are here tonight.